So as I was thinking about who could possibly help with these missions that are spawning, we have a search mission, which I'm not sure if we'll roll it up on the timeline or we'll actually do a tabletop mission for that. We also have the rescue mission, which will surely be a tabletop mission or tabletop scenario. I forgot to include, and I've put them on the list now, these four adventures that have just come into town on the timeline literally yesterday. Gru, Glasgow, Shion, and Dorfin. These all have actual players because they all come from a side quest we did not too long ago. So there's possibilities for these guys doing some of the missions. They just met the Constable yesterday as well and offered their services. So you also have in unincorporated Phandalin, south of the town proper, the Garrick-Knackle mercenaries, who are gnomes. They have taken over as their field HQ an abandoned old wizard's tower south of the town. So it's fair to say, since the Constable is not going to be going on a search mission or with a search party, the Constable and Dunbar will patrol the town. Janos, Kosef, and Theron will go search outside of the ward, as will Gru, Glassglow, Shion, Dorfin, the new guys that just came into town. They will volunteer to make up a second search party. And Sharisha and Beol the Luxodon will guard the kids and parents. Maybe for this night, they're going to try and keep everybody close together, or as close together as possible, although probably won't be able to get everybody into one place. But with random events that can happen, keeping everybody close for Constable and Dunbar will be helpful. So the next question becomes, when will they send these search parties out? Probably a good idea to send them out, sometime after midnight. So that would be the 25th of Kythorn, like maybe 2 a.m. Let's see, I think it'd be likely that they would try and do that around that time. No. Would they go 3 a.m.? Wow, 3 6s. That's a maybe. So, really, yes. Okay, so they're going to go at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m. So flipping over to Blackfang's side of the operations, let's find out if they fed Amber or gave her any water since they've taken her. I think it's possibly unlikely that they've fed her. No, they have not fed her. And what about water? I'll make that an even roll. Yes, they did give her some water. With 2 search parties, you can split up the areas surrounding the town into halves. So let's say Janos, Kosef, and Theron will search the northern and eastern quadrants. So I guess if you break it up into 4 quadrants, and Gru, Glassglow, Shion, and Dorfin can search the southern and western quadrants. Good thing for Janos and Kosef is Janos has boots of flying, which will help him get some altitude to be able to look around. Janos and Kosov both have invisibility, which will be very helpful. And Gru, Glasgow, Shion, Dorfin have no problem. I think they have invisibility as well, so they're not going to have any problem getting through the siege line. So it should be fairly quick. And it looks like we're going to just roll these searches rather than put it on the tabletop and make a session out of it. So we'll make it pretty easy here. Let's see how this goes. We know that the south and the west do not have the target in it. So the only thing we're going to roll for Gru, Glasgow, Shion, and Dorfin is a random event. So we'll just do even dice and see if there's a random event. No, they do not have a random event. So we know where the target is, but the PCs don't. But I'm going to say that it's highly likely with Janos' Boots of Flying, the invisibility, and Theron's abilities, that there is a very good chance they're going to find this field where the Constable's wife, Amber, is tied to a pole. So I'm going to roll 3 yes dice to make it highly likely against 1 no die. That was a 3. So yes, they do find her, which stands to reason. These guys are good, and but they're not going to attack or anything. They've just located her, and they get a good look at how the situation is laid out. They will then return and report that they found the field. She's tied up in it. 9 guards. As PCs, they would really only be able to guess at the abilities of the guards. We can assume that some of the guards have bows. And what we need to find out, though, from the DM's side of the screen is, does Blackfang have anything up his sleeve? Like, why does he just have her out in the middle of a field like that? I mean, he's no dummy. So I'm going to say there's a highly likely chance that Blackfang has something up his sleeve. He's almost expecting this rescue attempt. Yes, he does. Blackfang has something up his sleeve, which we can save for the actual tabletop session for this rescue. All right. So update to the timeline. 25th Kythorn, 3 bells in the morning. Here are the dice oracle results. Janos, Kosov, and Theron locate the field where the Constable's wife, Amber, is being held. They return safely to make their report. Now, from the DM side, again, really important roll. It should be an even roll. It's hard to like stack the probability for Blackfang because these guys are good. So I'm going to make an even roll. The question will be, does Blackfang's group or someone within the group there guarding her, do they notice that they have been, do they notice that, a scouting party has been there? No, they do not. So the party was able to go there, scout, and get back without any of Blackfang's guards noticing anything. Now, let's roll to see if, while these search missions are going on, let's roll to see if there is a random event within the town that the Constable and Dunbar are patrolling. I'm going to give it even. Maybe it should be higher. Maybe it should be likely that something happens at night. Yes, something does happen. While the two parties are out searching, something happens in the town. Now, just using my imagination, I think the most effective thing would be to have them target the constable's house again and try and just burn it down. Could be likely. I think highly likely is a little excessive. Or it could just be even. I'm going to say that we'll just make it even. So the question is, do Blackfang's guys, humans, because they can get through the ward, do they come back in the middle of the night and set the constable's house on fire? Oh my gosh, yes, they do. So as Constable and Dunbar are patrolling, as they move towards the south, they see that the Constable's house is fully aflame. And so it turns out that it's very fortunate that he decided not to stay in the house tonight with his kids.